Well, it is Capitalism versus Socialist Week on Fox Business. I want to bring in the author of this book, Heaven on Earth, The Rise, Fall and Afterlife of Socialism. Joshua Muravchik is the author of the book, which really goes right after the socialists. Joshua, I'm told that you were an ardent socialist when you were a youngster. What turned you around?
Well, I certainly was. It was really my work on behalf of socialism was really the most important thing in my life. Well, I turned around in stages. The first thing was realizing that as bad as I thought capitalism was, that communism was so much worse. It killed people by the tens of millions, and capitalism didn't do that. And then that forced me to look more deeply at the abstract idea of socialism itself. How did it create such a monstrosity? Yeah. And I started seeing that that this was just an illusion, and the illusion was largely that wealth would just exist or come from nowhere, and that what we needed to think about was how to divvy up this wealth that descended on us like manna from heaven. And I started to realize there was a much deeper question, which is, how do we get the wealth in the first place?
Good question. I'm in a similar position. I was a socialist when I was a young man at the London School of Economics. I turned around fully when I arrived in Hong Kong, which was a free market capitalist economy, extremely dynamic, with almost no taxation, and it absolutely worked, and that really turned me around. Then, of course, I arrived in America, and we were off to the races. However, I do want to talk to you about the Brits. They may test a universal basic income scheme. If the Labour Party, a socialist party, they come to power, they give us UBI, universal basic income. Your reaction to that, please, Joshua?
Well, two things. I saw that their plan was to test it in 6 cities, and I just had this image of London emptying out while everybody moves to those cities. But on a more serious plane, that's exactly the point about creating wealth versus distributing it. They seem to think that the money is just there, and all we need to do is find a nice plan for the government to give it to everyone, and are completely oblivious to the point that it's not just a matter of how you circulate the money. It's a question of how you can have an economy that keeps generating things for people.
I mean, Josh, it is immoral. I mean, you work for money, don't you? Isn't it? Well, you have to put some effort into it. If it's just showered on you, it's utterly meaningless. And frankly, I think it's wrong to take it from somebody who's working and give it to somebody who is either not working or doesn't want to work or earns a low income. I just think there's a moral component here. What do you say?
Well, there is, but I would be careful, because there are people in genuine need. There are people who, for different reasons of age or health or young age, old age, what have you, who can't support themselves. And I think the society owes it to them to
yeah, but this gives money to everybody.
But this is money for everybody. Money for the poor, money for the rich, money if you want to work or you don't want to work. This is really a scheme that's both of very dubious moral basis and also of cockamamie economic basis.
Thank you. I think you're absolutely right. I like that word. Joshua, thank you very much for joining us.